and welcome back to my channel. So since I am currently in Disney World as we talk, I have decided to post a few Disney videos. You probably already saw the previous one, but today's video is going to be all about FastPasses. So FastPasses are a curious and interesting and crazy thing that a lot of people don't understand. So today I am going to try to bust some of those misconceptions, those misunderstandings, and help you all understand FastPasses a little bit more. So like I said, it's a very confusing thing, so we're gonna start at the very beginning. The first thing we're going to talk about is research. So before you decide to do anything about your trip, any FastPasses or anything like that, do your research beforehand, because there's a lot of things that you need to know before you book your FastPasses, and we're going to talk about those today, so don't you worry. First off, you can only have 3 pre-planned FastPasses. So that means basically you get 3 pre-planned FastPasses per day of your trip. And how that works is if you are staying at a Disney World resort, you get 60 days in advance to plan your FastPasses. And if you aren't staying at a Disney World resort, then you're going to be able to book 30 days in advance. And once those 60 or 30 days is up, you can book your FastPasses for your whole trip. And my biggest recommendation is definitely book as soon as possible. When you know your 60 days or 30 days is on that day, make sure you book that day, because FastPasses really run out fast. And we're gonna go back to talking about the research aspect of this. When you research your FastPasses, you're gonna find out that there's a lot of FastPasses that are more popular than other FastPasses. So for example, the rides that have a really long line or are very new are going to be more popular to get FastPasses, because people don't wanna stay in line for those kind of things, obviously. So for example, in Magic Kingdom, one of the most popular rides is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Did I even say that right? Anyway, it's the Mine Train ride for Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And because this is fairly new, it's only a few years old, and it's a really fun ride, it's really hard to get FastPasses for. So when you start doing research, you'll start learning about those little things and which ride is good and which ride you can wait for and all of those things. So make sure you do your research beforehand. And it's also important to know about the tier system. So there are 2 parks that have tier systems, and that's Epcot and MGM/Hollywood Studios. I still know it as MGM because I've been a Disney kid my whole life, but you guys know what I mean. This tier system means that you can only book 1 FastPass per tier. So for example, in Epcot, I think the highest tier has Fast Track, Frozen, I'm trying to think of what it is, but all of the really popular ones are in the first tier, and then they have the second tier with the, not as popular, and then the third tier as kind of popular, not as popular as the most popular. So you definitely need to look at that and make sure that if you're wanting to do Soarin', and that's like #1 thing you want to do, you're gonna have to realize that you're gonna be able to get a FastPass for Soarin', but not for Test Track on the same day. So you just kind of have to plan on, okay, how long do I want to wait in line for this? Do I really want to do this ride? Is this ride worth it? And all that stuff. So that is all part of the research process. And my second tip is to have a plan. So I have gone to Disney World where everything is up in the air, and we have FastPasses at like 11 in the morning and 7 at night, and then we have to go from this side of the park to that side of the park. And then I've had trips where we've had FastPasses pretty much in a row, and it's been in the same area. So you really have to decide which is better for you. Some people don't mind running around the park the whole day, and that's totally cool. But some people really want to do their FastPasses early in the morning, get them over with, and then some people want to do them at night or stick them all together sometime during the day. So you kind of have to decide what you want to do. But my best suggestion is definitely have a plan on how you want to implement your FastPasses, because you'll be a lot happier when you kind of figure out that whole thing. So a lot of people actually don't know this, but after you use your 3 FastPasses, you actually can get more FastPasses. You do get extra FastPasses during the day, but those FastPasses are only ones that you can book on the day of your trip. So let's take Magic Kingdom for example. So I am going to Magic Kingdom and I have booked 3 FastPasses and I've used all 3 of those. And there are kiosks all around the park, and you can go up to a kiosk and see if there's any more FastPasses for that day. So say I want to go to another ride, I'll go up to that kiosk, I'll see if that ride is on there, and if it is, I'll pick a time and then I'll be able to go on that one. But that doesn't mean that you can book 70 more rides that day. You can only book a few more that day. I think in total, what I've heard is that you can get 5 FastPasses per day. So make sure you use that. Even if you don't use the extra 2, at least use 1, because cutting down time on rides really does help you have the most fun at the park, and for you to be able to use your time the most, because we all know how crazy Disney is and we all want to see everything, so cutting down time really does help. And my last tip is more just a courteous tip for other travelers. This tip is, if you book a popular ride, make sure you use that FastPass or give it up before the time. So say you have a FastPass for the 7 Dwarfs ride and you decide, I don't think I'm gonna go to it, which is fine, but go ahead and give it up before that time, because you can let other people use that FastPass. So say, you know, somebody else is in the park and they're like, dang, I really want a FastPass for 7 Dwarfs Mine Train. So they go on their app or the website or one of the kiosks to see if there's any more FastPasses, and they see that there is one, and that's because you have given it up. So if you don't use that FastPass, it's just kind of more of a courteous thing to go ahead and let other people use that FastPass for you know, their trip, to make their trip a little bit special, and that way you can also get a FastPass for something else that you want to do instead. So I hope that these few short tips really helped with FastPass information. Like I said, it is very interesting and confusing, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in the description box down below some websites of things that I have, some websites that I've learned stuff from for FastPasses. That way you can learn a little bit more about FastPasses if I didn't fully explain it in the right way or a way that you understand. If you're going to Disney soon, I do hope you have a fantastic vacation. Tell Mickey I said hello, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye and happy travels.